New Day New Drama in South Africa. According to new reports, watch emotional moment when King Misuzulu calls his former first wife on stage during his birthday party and publicly apologized to her. Please like this video as you watch. The birthday celebration of King Misuzulu Kazwelithini was widely anticipated as one of the most important royal events of the year. Thousands of people gathered, dignitaries traveled from far and near, and traditional performances dazzled the audience. Yet, amid all the music, ceremonial rituals, and glamorous displays of heritage, one surprising moment overshadowed the rest. The Zulu monarch chose the occasion not only to mark another year of his life, but also to confront a deeply personal matter in front of his subjects. He called his former first wife onto the stage and openly apologized to her. What unfolded was a mixture of shock, emotion, and admiration, a gesture that revealed a vulnerable side of the king rarely seen in public life. The festivities were designed to highlight the king's reign, cultural pride, and the continuity of the Zulu monarchy. Musicians, praise singers, and traditional dancers had entertained the crowd for hours, while the royal family's presence underscored the grandeur of the day. As the king rose to deliver his birthday address, guests expected a mixture of gratitude, encouragement, and royal declarations. But midway through his speech, his tone changed. After pausing for a moment of silence, he turned his attention to one particular guest, his former first wife. Her presence at the celebration was already a sign of mutual respect despite their separation, but what followed caught everyone off guard. The king invited her to join him on stage. Gasps and whispers spread throughout the hall as she slowly walked to the platform, dressed elegantly but visibly unsure of what awaited her. The atmosphere shifted from joyous to tense anticipation. Standing beside her before thousands of spectators, the king spoke not as a ruler, but as a man confronting his past. His words carried the weight of sincerity. He acknowledged that their marriage had been difficult and that his responsibilities as a monarch, combined with personal mistakes, had strained their relationship. "I was not perfect," he admitted, his voice heavy with emotion. "I may have caused you pain, and today I want to take this moment, in front of our people, to say I am sorry." The apology, spoken publicly rather than behind closed doors, stunned the audience. Many in attendance broke into applause, some ululating in support, while others wept openly at the vulnerability of the moment. For a man often associated with authority and royal protocol, this display of humility painted a different image of King Misuzulu, a leader willing to lay bare his humanity. The former wife, composed yet visibly touched, listened attentively as the king poured out his words. Though she did not display dramatic emotion, her softened expression said more than words could. She later took the microphone briefly, thanking the king for his words and noting that forgiveness and healing are essential, not just for families, but for communities and nations as a whole. Her brief but thoughtful response received its own wave of applause, reinforcing the atmosphere of reconciliation. While the apology was directed at one person, many cultural and political observers suggested that it carried broader meaning. For one, it emphasized the Zulu concept of Ubuntu, which values humanity, forgiveness, and the interconnectedness of people. The king's decision to apologize publicly in front of his subjects was seen as a powerful lesson in accountability. Some analysts also argued that the act symbolized a broader attempt at unity within the Zulu royal family, which in recent years has faced internal divisions and public scrutiny. By addressing his former wife with respect and humility, the king may have been sending a message about reconciliation, not only within personal relationships, but also within the monarchy and the nation. It did not take long for the emotional scene to spread across social media. Videos of the king holding his former wife's hand and apologizing to her circulated widely, sparking passionate debates online. Many praised him for his courage, with one Facebook user writing, "Leadership is not about hiding flaws. Today our king showed us what it means to be truly strong, acknowledging mistakes." Others noted that such a gesture could inspire couples and families struggling with conflict, proving that even those in power can admit fault. However, not everyone was convinced. Some skeptics suggested that the public apology might have been a strategic move to improve the king's image at a time when the monarchy is under intense public scrutiny. Despite mixed opinions, the overwhelming response leaned toward admiration, with many calling the gesture one of the most humanizing acts by a royal figure in recent memory. Historians and cultural experts were quick to note that King Misuzulu's action broke with the usual patterns of monarchy, where rulers are expected to project strength, authority, and dignity at all times. By lowering his guard and showing regret, he modeled a different kind of leadership, one that embraces vulnerability as a form of strength. This approach, some argued, could inspire younger generations who often see traditional leaders as distant and detached from real human struggles. By reminding people that even kings make mistakes and seek forgiveness, Misuzulu may have bridged the gap between the throne and the common people. Though the celebration was filled with cultural pride, royal dances, and symbolic rituals, the apology became the highlight of the evening. Guests who attended described it as a moment they would never forget, one that transformed a birthday party into a historic event. For King Misuzulu, the act may not erase the past, but it certainly set a precedent for the future. It reminded his people, and the world, that humility, love, and reconciliation are values worth embracing, even from the highest seat of power. The sight of King Misuzulu calling his former wife to the stage and apologizing publicly will likely remain etched in public memory for years to come. It was not just a personal gesture. It was a statement about leadership, accountability, and the courage to admit faults. What began as a celebration of life turned into a celebration of forgiveness, sending a message far larger than the royal court. For many, the king's vulnerability made him not weaker, but stronger, and perhaps even more relatable as a human being leading one of Africa's most historic monarchies.